Hello everyone, and welcome back. Today we are taking a trip to the outer edges of our neighborhood to investigate the scene of a cosmic crime. When you look at pictures of our solar system, everything seems pretty orderly, right? The planets orbit the sun in neat, nearly circular paths, moving like runners on a massive athletic track. But if you look a little closer, you will notice that one of these runners is not like the others. In fact, one of them is completely breaking the rules. I'm talking about the seventh planet from the sun, the ice giant, Uranus. Imagine, if you will, a collection of spinning tops on a table. Most planets spin like tops, standing almost perfectly upright. Earth, for example, is tilted just a tiny bit, about 23.5 degrees. That slight tilt is the beautiful little quirk that gives us our four seasons: spring, summer, autumn, and winter. Jupiter is almost perfectly straight up and down. But Uranus? Uranus isn't spinning like a top at all. Uranus is rolling. It is entirely tipped over on its side, boasting a staggering tilt of 98 degrees. Instead of spinning like a top, it rolls around the sun like a giant, glowing blue bowling ball trundling down a lane. Today, we're going to dive deep into this planetary puzzle. Before we figure out how Uranus got knocked over, we need to understand what living on a sideways planet actually means. And let me tell you, it is bizarre. Remember how Earth's gentle 23-degree tilt gives us our seasons? When the northern hemisphere tilts toward the sun, we get summer. When it tilts away, we get winter. It is a cycle that takes exactly 1 year. Now, scale that up to Uranus. Because it is so far away from the sun, one single year on Uranus, one complete orbit, takes 84 Earth years. But because the planet is knocked entirely on its side at 98 degrees, its poles point almost directly at the sun. Think about what that means for a second. If you were standing on the north pole of Uranus, the sun would rise into the sky and just stay there. It wouldn't set. For 42 Earth years, you would be bathed in continuous, unrelenting daylight. That is a 42-year-long summer. But what about the other side of the planet? The South Pole is facing deep, dark space. For those same 42 years, the other half of the planet is plunged into an unimaginably cold, pitch-black winter. Just darkness for 4 decades. Then, as the planet finally moves to the other side of the sun, they trade places. If you think a long winter on Earth is depressing, imagine a winter that lasts an entire human working career. This extreme configuration defies everything we know about how planets normally form. When a solar system is born, it starts as a giant swirling cloud of gas and dust. Gravity pulls this material together into a spinning disk, kind of like a pizza chef spinning a circle of dough in the air. Everything in that disk is spinning in the same direction, on the same flat plane. Therefore, the planets that form out of that pizza dough should also spin upright and in the same direction. So, if the laws of physics dictate that planets should be born upright, what on Earth, or rather, what on Uranus, could have knocked a planet 14 times heavier than Earth completely on its side? To solve this mystery, we have to rewind the clock. We're going back about 4.5 billion years to the birth of our solar system. If you could see the solar system back then, you would not recognize it. It was not the calm, peaceful neighborhood we live in today. It was a cosmic demolition derby. It was a chaotic, crowded billiard table with thousands of planet-sized rocks, protoplanets, and icy bodies flying around, crashing into one another, shattering, and merging. In this violent environment, collisions were just a normal Tuesday. Earth itself experienced one of these massive crashes. A Mars-sized rock slammed into young Earth, and the debris from that crash formed our moon. But the crash that altered Uranus's destiny was something entirely different. The leading theory among astronomers today, the prime suspect in our cosmic investigation, is the giant impact hypothesis. Imagine Uranus in its youth. It is a beautiful, newly formed ice giant, spinning proudly upright, collecting gases and building its massive atmosphere. Then, out of the dark, chaotic void, a massive projectile hurtles toward it. Computer simulations suggest that this wasn't just a stray asteroid. It was an entire protoplanet, likely made of rock and ice, weighing at least twice as much as the entire planet Earth. And it was moving at incredible speed. Now, I want you to visualize this collision. When two cars crash, they dent and shatter. But planets are not solid spheres of metal. Uranus is a giant ball of gas, fluids, and icy slush. When an Earth-sized rocky missile hits a gas giant, it doesn't shatter it into pieces like a glass ornament. Instead, it sinks right in. Think of a massive, heavy bowling ball being dropped from a great height into a giant water balloon. The water balloon doesn't necessarily pop, but it violently changes shape, absorbs the massive energy of the bowling ball, and radically shifts its center of balance. This incoming protoplanet hit Uranus at an angle, a glancing blow. It didn't hit it dead center, which would have just made Uranus spin faster. Instead, it hit it off center, violently transferring all of its momentum and knocking the entire giant planet over. The rocky core of the invader sank deep into Uranus, merging with it forever, while the sheer force of the impact left the planet permanently rolling on its side. Now, you might be thinking, that sounds like a cool story, but no one was there 4.5 billion years ago to see it. How can we possibly prove a giant space rock tipped Uranus over? Well, like any good detective, astronomers look for the smoking guns, the clues left behind at the crime scene. And Uranus has left us 3 massive clues. Clue number 1, the tilted moons. Let's go back to our pizza dough analogy. When a planet forms, any leftover dust and rock around it forms a flat, spinning ring right above its equator. Eventually, that material clumps together to form moons. If Uranus was just slowly tipped over by some gentle, gradual force, its original moons would have stayed in their original, flat, upright orbits. They would still be orbiting the sun's plane, acting like a gyroscope. But that is not what we see. Uranus has 27 known moons, and the major ones orbit the planet's equator exactly at that same bizarre 98-degree angle. They are sideways, too. How is this possible? The giant impact theory explains it perfectly. When a massive impactor hit Uranus, the violent crash blasted millions of tons of rock, ice, and gas into space. This created an enormous, sideways debris disk completely surrounding the now tilted planet. Over millions of years, that newly formed, sideways disk of debris clumped together. Out of the ashes of that destruction, Uranus's sideways moons were born. They didn't survive the crash. They were created by it. Clue number 2, the broken moon Miranda. Let's zoom in on one specific moon named Miranda. Miranda is often called the Frankenstein moon of the solar system. If you look at photos taken by the Voyager 2 spacecraft back in 1986, Miranda looks like a bunch of mismatched puzzle pieces glued together by a toddler. It has massive canyons, weird terrace valleys, and jagged, chaotic terrain. Scientists believe Miranda is physical evidence of the violent aftermath of the Uranus impact. The environment was so chaotic, with so much debris crashing into each other, that Miranda may have been shattered to pieces by secondary impacts, and then slowly pulled back together by its own gravity, freezing forever into a scarred, mismatched shape. Clue number 3, the freezing cold mystery. Here is perhaps the most fascinating clue of all. Gas and ice giants like Jupiter, Saturn, and Neptune are incredibly hot on the inside. In fact, they radiate more heat out into space than they receive from the sun. But Uranus? Uranus is ice cold. Despite Neptune being a billion miles further away from the sun, Uranus actually has the coldest planetary atmosphere in the solar system, dropping to negative 371 degrees Fahrenheit, or negative 224 degrees Celsius. Uranus generates almost zero internal heat. Why? Where did its heat go? Again, our giant crash gives us the answer. When that massive Earth-sized rock slammed into Uranus, the tremendous impact completely scrambled the planet's interior. Think of a thermos full of hot coffee. If you keep the lid tight, the heat is trapped. But what happens if you shake the thermos violently, crack the inner lining, and mess up the insulation? Or conversely, what if the crash created a thick, stagnant layer of melted ice near the surface? Scientists believe the debris from the impact formed a dense, insulating thermal blanket deep inside Uranus's atmosphere. This blanket essentially trapped all the planet's primordial heat near the core, preventing it from rising to the surface. It is like zipping the planet up in a cosmic winter coat. The heat cannot escape, leaving the outer atmosphere freezing cold. This lack of internal heat perfectly aligns with the trauma of a planet-killing collision. Science is never settled, and a good investigator always considers alternative theories. While the single giant impact is the most widely accepted explanation, recent computer models have introduced a fascinating new twist. What if it wasn't one giant crash? What if it was a ghost from Uranus's past? Some astronomers propose what we call the spin-orbit resonance theory, or, as I like to call it, the dog on a leash analogy. Imagine you are walking a very large, very strong dog. If the dog suddenly pulls hard to the left and you don't let go of the leash, the dog's momentum is going to pull you off your feet, right? You get tipped over because you were tied to the dog. Millions of years ago, Uranus might have had a massive moon, much larger than any it has today. As Uranus spun, the gravitational pull of this massive moon acted like an invisible leash. Over millions of years, as this moon migrated further and further away from the planet, its gravitational pull started to drag on Uranus's rotational axis. Slowly, degree by degree, this giant moon dragged Uranus off balance. It pulled and pulled until Uranus was completely on its side. Once the planet was tipped over to 98 degrees, the gravitational dynamic became so unstable that the giant moon was violently flung out of the Uranus system entirely, lost to the dark depths of space. It is a spectacular theory, a phantom moon that tipped a giant, only to vanish into the night. While this theory is newer and still being debated, it shows us just how complex and dynamic planetary physics can be. Whether it was a sudden, violent crash or the slow, treacherous pull of a runaway moon, the result is the same, a planet permanently rolling through the dark. As we wrap up our investigation today, I want you to look at the solar system with fresh eyes. When we look up at the night sky, everything seems so peaceful, so quiet, and so eternal. But the story of Uranus reminds us that the universe is not a static painting. It is a living, breathing, and sometimes violent arena. Uranus is not just a weird, sideways planet. It is a cosmic monument. Its 98-degree tilt, its strange sideways rings, its shattered moons, and its freezing atmosphere are all scars, battle wounds from a time when the solar system was fighting to find its balance. It stands as a silent witness to a catastrophic event that happened before the Earth even had oceans. The next time you see a picture of that pale blue sphere, remember the incredible history hidden beneath its clouds. Remember the giant impact, the flying debris, the freezing core, and the 42-year-long winters. Uranus may be lying on its side, but it stands tall out as one of the greatest storytellers in our cosmic neighborhood. Thank you so much for joining me in this lecture today. If your mind was blown by the chaotic history of our solar system, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and share this video with a fellow space nerd. Keep looking up, stay curious, and I will see you in the next deep dive into the universe.